SPAA vehicles are a team's reliable shield against threats from above, and sometimes even a trump card that can turn the tide of battle. War Thunder has a huge variety of anti-air vehicles, both tiny and massive, with guns and with missiles, and even some that don't quite fit the SPAA mold at all. Today we are talking about the most unusual and interesting SPAA vehicles from all across War Thunder. Let's go! To reliably take down aircraft, you need either a hard-hitting gun or a very fast-firing one. World War II-era anti-aircraft guns could spew out up to 700 rounds per minute. During the Cold War, new designs emerged, like SPAAs with rotary cannons. This is the idea behind the fastest-firing SPAA in War Thunder, the Chinese CS-SA-5 with its Gatling-style cannon. Firing up to 4,000 rounds per minute, it far exceeds the combined rate of fire of some conventional twin or even quad-barrel AA guns. The catch is that the CS-SA-5 only carries 800 rounds. One or two short bursts, and you're already almost out of ammo. Another approach is to go all in on the power of every shot. Among dedicated AA systems, it's the Italian automatic SPAAG that claims this particular record with its massive 76mm naval cannon, the Otto Breda. Each of its proximity-fused HE shells carries about a kilogram of explosive matter, while its sub-caliber rounds can pierce up to 313 millimeters of armor, meaning that the vehicle can even defeat some early MBTs right from the front. If you are looking for the most powerful autocannon, this one is certainly up there. It's noticeably slower than the Gatling-type armaments in terms of rate of fire, but there's hardly any need for it to fire any faster. The Italian gun hits so hard that you probably won't need more than just one solid hit to blow the enemy to smithereens. Speaking of manually reloaded guns, you can't overlook the Italian Breda 9053 SPG. It's armed with a large caliber AA gun, which was in some ways inspired by the German Flak 37. In-game, neither gun is particularly well suited to its historical AA role. Instead, they're so effective against ground vehicles that the vehicles that carry them have been reclassified as tank destroyers. A powerful gun is great, of course, but when you're engaging a nimble target, it's your ability to keep them in your sights that truly matters. The record here belongs to the Italian CDAM-25. Its turret, with 4 AA automatic cannons, can traverse at a speed of up to 120 degrees per second horizontally and 90 degrees per second vertically. At the opposite end of the spectrum is the Soviet ZUT-37. This World War II-era vehicle can really struggle with its primary task of destroying enemy planes as its traverse speed in both axes doesn't exceed 7.5 degrees per second. Speaking of a different kind of speed, the British ZA-35 holds another record. It can reach 120 kilometers per hour. But that's the best only among single-vehicle SPAAs. The high-mobility vehicle that's a part of the Norwegian NASAMS 3 air defense system holds the speed record not just among AA vehicles, but among all ground vehicles. 130 kilometers per hour. That's fast enough to race the Soviet Po-2 bomber, the slowest aircraft in War Thunder. We've covered firepower and speed. Next up is the SPAA's eyes and ears. Early target detection is a key feature for AA vehicles, and the record here belongs to the German Iris-T missile-based air defense system. Its radar can monitor the airspace at a range of up to 250 kilometers. With an SPAA like that, an unwary pilot could be shot down almost as soon as they take off. But experienced pilots won't fall for that. They'll cling to terrain to stay hidden until they can deliver their strike. Among gun-based AA systems, the detection range record is shared by 3 vehicles: the American M247 and XM246, and the Japanese Type 87 SPAAG. Their radars can pick up targets from up to 40 kilometers away. Once a target is detected, it's time for missiles to do their job. And there are a couple of related records here that are worth mentioning. The longest-range missile is the Aster 30, used by the Franco-Italian SAMP-T system. It can destroy a target that's up to 100 kilometers away. The title of the fastest missile goes to the Russian 95 Ya-6M, carried by the Pantsir SM-SV. This beast can reach a speed of 1,700 meters per second. Finally, let's talk about the most unusual SPAAs. The British Stormer HVM is armed with missiles that split into 3 explosive darts in flight. They're fast and deal solid damage. With this kind of armament and a passive infrared-based sensor system, the Stormer is a true menace to helicopters. Another unusual specimen is the American LAV AD. Despite being classified as an SPAA, it can carry a pod of Hydra 70 rockets. Up close, a salvo of 70mm unguided rockets is a massive threat, even to MBTs like the T-72 and Leopard 2. And last but not least, the Swedish LVKV 9040C. It's only technically an SPAA, thanks to the radar on its roof. In reality, it's a full-fledged CV-90 IFV with all of its strengths. A Bofors autocannon with punchy subcaliber rounds, good mobility, and, for a vehicle of its class, pretty solid protection as well. A true all-rounder. Some SPAAs are built specifically to handle aerial threats. Others make short work of tanks. And then there are SPAAs that are true all-rounders. Some vehicles have crazy range, some are incredibly deadly, and some vehicles that are classified as SPAAs in the game technically belong to a different class altogether, like the LVKV 9040C. All in all, there are tons of different SPAAs in War Thunder, allowing for a variety of tactical shenanigans. Which SPAA vehicle is your favorite? Share your experiences in the comments down below.